Hi, I'm Scott DeCamp with CatchMark SportsNet. This is our profile of the week, and today we are here with Shelby basketball coach Rick Zoulek. Thanks for coming in, Rick.
Oh, it's great to be here, Scott.
Yeah, and we, obviously respect your time and you coming in and spending time with us, and you've been great to us. And just want to kind of look at your career. This is your 37th year, and what keeps you going? What keeps you in it?
Well, I just love being around the kids, first of all, and I love the sport of basketball. I played all three sports in high school. Basketball was my favorite, and baseball was a close second. And I did both at Hope College as well. I just love to play the game and the insights to the game, and I think it's the best team game around.
And what has changed and what stayed the same throughout that time in terms of the kids, in terms of the game, et cetera?
Well, the three-point line has changed. I think that came in the late 80s, but I remember painting the line in our gym when it changed. And so that's changed a lot. It's really changed the style of play. But, the kids are kids. I think, parents have probably changed more than the kids have in parenting methods and those types of things with technology and all that. So it's definitely changed. But, every year it's fun for me because I've got different kids. I can't recruit my kids. I can just hopefully build them up and work them together as a team. But it's the same challenge every year, and it's exciting to see where you take them from one spot where they are and move them up a few steps every year, and hopefully you go further than that. But it's just exciting to see them feel that improvement.
Yeah, and you kind of beat me to my next question, because I was going to ask you, you've won a lot of titles, a lot of conference titles, made some deep playoff runs, and there's been some seasons where maybe you haven't had as much success in terms of the one-loss record, but what is the most gratifying thing, I guess, of being a coach, and what's the thing you look forward to the most?
For me, it's seeing the success of the players as a group. It's always fun. We watched one of the films over Christmas break with my family when they were in high school. Some of them, the girls, were in high school, and Jeff Bodie made a three-point shot for us, but it was a year after he had almost a tragic accident. He had a severe injury and didn't think he'd ever be able to run. Very good cross-country runner and was one of our good players in basketball. Came back his senior year, and I told him we were going to get him in a game, and he hobbled up and down the court the last few times, and he hit a three at not at the buzzer, but in the fourth quarter, and the crowd just went crazy.
You've always been a competitor, be it as an athlete now, obviously as a coach. One of the funny stories I heard was recently when I think I was talking to Joseph Hayes, and I asked him for any funny stories and maybe something that shows your personality a little bit. He said, yeah, after practice recently, we were running sprints, and coach said, if I miss this three, you guys don't have to run anymore. If I make it, you have to run more. And you came up without any warm-up and drilled it, right?
Yeah.
Can you share that story with us?
Well, and it was funny. What really made it funny is I had a couple of former players that coach on the girls' JVs, and they were watching all this unfold, and they were just over there shaking their head like this, like they haven't learned yet, But yeah, we had to do some running at the end of practice because we had some turnovers or missed some free throws or something during our scrimmage, and the girls' game was getting ready to start, so we had to get off the court, or we had to get off so they could set up. And so I didn't want to take a lot of time, so I said, okay, well, let's go double or nothing on this shot. And I said, I haven't shot all day. And they said, yeah, we'll do it. And I stepped up and hit it, went in. The next day, we came back and I said, okay, we've got to make up this running now. We couldn't do it yesterday, but we got double to run. And I said, do you want to go double or nothing again? I haven't shot all day. And one of the guys said, he can't do it twice. He can't do it 2 days in a row. Well, and my former players were there again watching, and they're just shaking their head like this. And of course, I had to make it, and they're just two of them are just almost crying. They said, "No, we can't. No, we don't want to run that much." But they had to earn it off somehow. So it's always fun. You know, I'll play pig with them, or I'll play, you know, horse, or you know, just have shooting contests and stuff like that. It's got to be fun, and if it's not fun, you're not going to be there.
So how do you keep so calm and collected on the sideline? I watch you and I'm like, he just doesn't, you know, there might be a little emotion, and people who know you and have seen in the locker room and other stuff might have other stories, but every time I've seen you and others have seen you, like, he's just so calm and collected. How do you maintain that?
Well, I was kind of that way as a player, and I obviously must have been brought up that way, to try to stay under control and lead in that way. For me, it's like any competitor, it churns inside, you know, but you can't see it always. And sometimes they'll see it maybe at halftime or maybe before the game and pregame talk or whatever it might be. But, you know, a lot of times it's a look, you know, and my wife and my kids know the look, you know, and what I mean by when I make that eye contact, and it's, the kids know the same thing. The kids know, you know, when I'm being really serious, when I'm upset, and so forth. And to me, I want my players to have composure on the floor. I want my kids to have composure in their lives. And I can't lead, I can't show them one thing and try to teach them another. I have to try to walk the walk, so to speak. And I try to be that same way with officials. I think it really helped me that I was an official for 5 years. My first 5 years as I was in college, in my first year after college, I was an official and did a lot of JV and varsity games. And I have a lot of empathy for officials, but I'm not afraid to talk to them. Let's put it that way.
And then finally, you know, you grew up in Shelby, you know, went away to college, came back, and you've been there ever since. I mean, what makes Shelby so special, a place that you never maybe want to leave?
Well, you know, again, it's I think something that probably most of us experience, that key point in our life, those key points in our lives where we turn from young people into adults, and we have some great memories of those. And for me, I wanted that same thing, and I probably would have been the same way no matter where I coached. It just happened to be that Shelby came knocking on the door, and I came back. It's a special time in kids' lives in that transition time, and you know, I feel that was my calling. I could have had higher aspirations. I had some offers to go interview at different positions at the college level, and I just felt this was where I made the most impact. This was where I was best. Same thing teaching-wise. I had a chance to become an assistant principal. I was AD for a few years and had a taste of that, but I didn't want to give up coaching. To me, that was my calling, and so I stayed there, and I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do. I made enough money to support my family, and my wife worked all the while too. So, you know, it was really a team effort, and she was fortunate enough to get a job at Shelby as well. So, you know, destiny, I don't know, fate, who knows, but I'm excited and glad that it worked out, and I'm still excited to be there. It's just been a perfect fit for us. But like I said, it probably would have formulated in a different school had the situation been different. But I think West Michigan's a great place to raise kids.
Well, thank you very much. That's great. Thanks for your time today, Rick. Appreciate that. I'm Scott DeCamp with CatchMark SportsNet, and this is our Profile of the Week. Thank you, everybody.